Well, hello, friends. Mark Holmes here with my buddy Cowboy Joe Boo. And as always, thank you all for watching, commenting, and subscribing to the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, we know this does not work. And I am so happy to be back in Joe Boo's Man Cave, bringing you guys the latest on the Dallas Cowboys. Well, guys, we're about 5 hours and 25 minutes away from kickoff for the Cowboys versus the Titans in a game that I got to be honest with you, this is the season. At 3-5, you don't have a lot of opportunities, much less room for error to make the playoffs. You don't want to get two games behind the Washington Redskins, not when you've got the Philadelphia Eagles next week. 4-4 looks a whole lot different than 3-5. Now, if there's one saving grace for Jason Garrett, Mr. Mediocrity himself, is he is 12-2 in games where he's one game below 500. Kind of crazy. So usually he wins because he just kind of hangs right at 500. But we'll be at home where we've been 3-0, where we have not won a game on the road. So that hopefully goes in our favor. And hopefully with Amari Cooper, with the change in offensive line, that collectively, excuse me, the team will be playing better. Let's get open for business here. Forgive me, still got this cold that I'm working on getting rid of. Got my pot of chili going right now. I'll be cooking some chicken wings out in the rain. And hopefully, just hopefully, we can get a victory and get this bad taste of the Washington Redskins out our mouth. Now, listen, this is going to be another one of those videos that here you go, you're defending Dak because you're a Dak lover, blah, blah, blah. Dak sucks. Admit Dak sucks. Get him out of here. He's a bum. I'll take anybody. Okay. I understand your feelings. I know you're not satisfied with Dak as our quarterback and things and figure anybody will be better than what he is. But here's the reality. There's a lot of teams out there looking for franchise quarterbacks. A lot of teams are moving up and making trades and trying to get franchise quarterbacks. But it's not that easy. How many teams do you really think are set at quarterback right now? Of course, you say Green Bay, although Aaron Rodgers' body's beginning to fail him more. You look at Tom Brady, of course, he's getting up there. Redskins have Alex Smith, but do you think he's really a franchise quarterback for them to build on for the future? Now, the Eagles have Carson Wentz, but take a look at the Giants. Eli Manning. They don't have anybody else behind Eli, and Eli is a shell of himself. I mean, you could say Atlanta, yeah, they got Matty Ice, they're okay. You can look at the Panthers and say, yeah, Cam Newton. But as you go through the NFL, there's a lot of teams with bad situations. And I got no problem. If you can find somebody better than Dak, by all means, bring him in. But all I'm saying is, because there's a lack of quarterbacks out there, because you can't just go ahead and dump one and think you're going to get one, because Lord knows, look at the Cleveland Browns that have been looking for a franchise quarterback since they became the Cleveland Browns again. Look at Baltimore, the Ravens. They're not sure that Joe Flacco is the guy anymore. You can't just get a quarterback. You know, you had teams that were desperate. Brock Osweiler, who the Texans grabbed because, they wanted a quarterback, paid him a boatload of money. Now he's in Miami. Now they got lucky and got Deshaun Watson, but Deshaun Watson, if he keeps taking these hits, his career is going to be pretty short. You look at the Arizona Cardinals that paid $20 million to Sam Bradford, who have already released him. There are not quarterbacks out there. So you owe it to yourself to try and do the best you can with what you got. That means get the right coaching, get the players around them, keep them upright, build their confidence, whatever it takes, because you can't just get a quarterback. I know a lot of you guys, get them out here. Let's just draft a franchise quarterback. Okay. Let's just take a look at first round drafted quarterbacks for the last few years and see how successful teams have been at finding them. We'll start with 2013. Andrew Luck, number one pick. Lately has had an injury problem. And I can't say that Andrew Luck has won Super Bowl rings. Can you? Because clearly you guys figure that it's just the quarterback. If you got a great quarterback, nothing else matters. Well, he hasn't had an offensive line around him. And he got beat to hell. You can look at RG3 with the Redskins. Oh, he's not with the Redskins. He's backing up in Baltimore now, isn't he, after sitting out a while and going to Cleveland. And the Redskins gave up not one, not two, but three number ones and a second to get that guy. And since that guy's been gone, you had the whole Kirk Cousins situation go through. And Kirk Cousins now in Minnesota. And now you've paid $70 million guaranteed to Alex Smith. That was 5 years ago, where they were trying to get a franchise quarterback and gave up a boatload. But as you go down, let's take a look. Number 8 pick, Ryan Tannehill. Yeah. Do I need to say more? Let's keep on going down. Brandon Wheaton. Brandon Wheaton. Boy, that Brandon Wheaton, he's got a beautiful pass. That arm of Brandon Wheaton is something to behold. Yeah. Let's keep on going down the line here. We're into the second round here of the 2013 draft. And Brock Osweiler. Yeah, he got paid. Yeah. And then, of course, Seattle lucked out with Russell Wilson in the third round. All right. Excuse me. That was the 2012 draft. Forgive me. 2013 draft. Let's go down here and let's see. In 2013, first round drafted quarterbacks, E.J. Emanuel. Buffalo cut him. And he's pissed off at them saying that, you didn't really give him a chance, especially with what you got out there now. Let's keep on going down the line. Geno Smith in the second round. Yeah, okay. Yep. And that's it on that one. Let's go to 2014. Quarterback. Blake Bortles. Yeah, he's lighting it up with the Jaguars, isn't he? First round talent. Got a great pass. Johnny Manziel by the Cleveland Browns. That's two already that the Clevelands have had in the first round. Okay. Let's see. Teddy Bridgewater, Minnesota. Yeah. Derek Carr, Oakland Raiders. Well, Derek Carr is one of the few that actually did something in 2016. Lately, though, he's been the crying games. Okay, let's see. Were there any other quarterbacks drafted in the first two rounds? No. Oh, Jimmy Garoppolo. He got paid. He played well in New England, but what quarterback doesn't play well in New England under a great coach that takes care of quarterbacks? And that's it in 2014. Let's look at 2015. First round. Let's get back up here to the top. We had Jameis Winston. Oh, number 1 pick. Let's dig a little deeper into Jameis, who right now this season, number 1 draft pick just a few years ago, and he's done wonders in Tampa Bay. Wonders. He's won a lot of games. And this season, he's got 6 TDs and 10 touchdown passes with a 74 rating, 1,100 yards. Number 1 pick. The second on that list is Marcus Mariota. And as much as you guys talk about how bad Dak Prescott is, and I know what you guys will say, well, you're just comparing him to bum quarterback. No, I'm comparing to quarterbacks that are out there in the draft. We're looking at all of the quarterbacks drafted in the first 2 rounds in the NFL draft and saying we can get a franchise quarterback next year. Marcus Mariota, who, Dak is the worst quarterback in the NFL. Would you believe that Marcus Mariota only has 2 passes over 20 yards and has 3 touchdown passes, 3 to 5 interceptions on the season? Yeah. He's got all of 1,030 yards on the year in 7 games. Number 2 pick in the draft. Let me say it again. Number 2 pick in the draft. Let's go back to that 2015 draft. So, number 1 and number 2 picks, you can't say have done jack. I don't believe they've won a playoff game between them. Let's keep on going down. There's our buddy Amari Cooper. Quarterbacks, first round. Da, 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 da. Oops, sorry. Da, 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 da. No other quarterbacks in the first round. Second round. Let's see. Da, 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 da. Oh, there were no other quarterbacks picked in the first 2 rounds. Okay. And, of course, 2016, Dak was picked up in the 4th round. So my point being here is, whether you like Dak or don't like Dak, it's time to let it go. There is no one out there that you're just going to bring in that's ultimately going to be better. I mean, Sam Bradford's out there right now. He's a free agent. And you look at the free agent quarterbacks that are out there for next year, veterans, Brandon Wheaton still has a job. So clearly, you can't just say, dump this guy. We'll just get somebody else. There is nobody else. That's the position that there are very, very few out there. And when you look at a lot of the quarterbacks, a lot of them you have to wonder, is it because the quarterback had all of the skills and everything else and did it on his own? Or was it the team around him? Because last I checked, it seems like anybody who plays in New England under Bill Belichick as a quarterback does well. Are they just lucky to happen to get the most talented quarterbacks out there? Or is it more that they know how to coach the players and get the most out of them? I always wonder, because Joe Montana didn't have the strongest of arms. If Joe Montana would still be the player that he was if he didn't have Bill Walsh? What if he had a Jason Garrett for a head coach and a Scott Linehan for an offensive coordinator? Do you think Joe Montana would be as successful? I often look at Tony Romo and wonder, was it Tony Romo just had so much raw talent, or was it the fact that he had a Bill Parcells and a Sean Payton there coaching him? Because you could look at a Phil Simms and kind of say, was he really the most talented player out there? Or was he coached well enough to use his assets to be a great quarterback? That's the difference between a lot of these guys that are drafted high, that have talent. I can't honestly believe that every quarterback that the Cleveland Browns have drafted have been a bust. That not a single one of them had enough talent to be a successful NFL quarterback. I believe it's more of the system and the coaching that's around them that leads them to fail as opposed to succeed. And that's all I'm saying with our Cowboys, with Dak Prescott. Let's get him around, and this is what you see is happening right now. Getting an Amari Cooper, trying to fix the offensive line. They're trying to get the pieces around Dak Prescott to find out if he is the guy and if he can be a productive NFL quarterback for your team. It's not like he hasn't won games, because clearly he's won 25. Has a winning record. Is he the be-all, end-all right now? No. And I'm not saying that he is. He misses receivers. He gets under pressure. He loses his technique. He gets out of sync. Sometimes he's late on his reads. I'm not saying that he's Aaron Rodgers right now. What I'm saying is quarterbacks are hard to come by. Quarterbacks are a premium. And if you get one, you better be damn sure you do everything you can to make him succeed. So love him or hate him, he's all we got. There ain't nobody out there you're going to be able to grab. And this draft coming up, excuse me, in this draft coming up, there's not a whole lot of great quarterback prospects in there. And you don't have a number one. So let this Dak sucks, because that's all you got. You're like a broken record. Every day, Dak sucks. Oh my God. Just stop it. You want to know what sucks? Marcus Mariota, Jameis Winston, Sam Bradford. But I don't hear everybody talking about those guys in the same breath they do Dak Prescott. Let it go. Get behind your team. That's all I'm asking. I'm ready to play football right now. So, as always, guys, let's get a victory night. Let's get a win. Let's get a nice week of talking positive things about the Cowboys. We'll be live streaming here tonight starting about 7:30 and through the whole game. Be eating chicken wings and chili. I'm Mark Holmes with my buddy Cowboy Joe Boo, and I'm just keeping it real with you. I'll see you soon.